If you're seeing this, then this is your Scorpio full moon messages. Welcome. My name is Lara. I'm so happy to have you here, however you found me. We are going to take a look at what we can expect to uncover under this full moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Scorpio is also the flower moon. We are sitting here mid-Taurus season, okay? And yeah, we're going to talk all about what we can kind of expect, what we'll see, what will be uncovered. So the thing about this full moon, and we'll talk a little bit about the astrology, and then we'll kind of get into the reading. I have a few different decks that we're going to take a look at. And yeah, things to keep in mind. Number one, this is a general reading. So this is going to be really more dealing with the themes and patterns that all of us here coming to this video are dealing with under this full moon energy. The full moon, by the way, is happening. Full moon in Scorpio that's happening here is on May 12th, 2025. So that's another thing, is that even if maybe you're finding this on the full moon in Scorpio, maybe it's the week after, month after, a year after, 10 years after, it doesn't really matter because time isn't linear. So all of these themes, patterns, whatever we're looking at here, whenever it's finding you, that's exactly when it's meant to be finding you. You will know what's meant for you. So may not be everything that's here, maybe nothing that's here. Use your own judgment, trust your intuition. And my only hope is that it can help provide a little bit of insight. Okay, you're going to know yourself best. I have no idea what you've got going on. So, but we'll see if we can make sense of whatever comes up. Sound good? Okay, great. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this full moon. The full moon in Scorpio, this is happening May 12th, 2025. Full moons in general representing the culmination of the illumination in the moon cycle. So this is where the moon is, at its brightest. So there's that just to start off. Every full moon, that is what's happening with the sign of Scorpio, where Scorpio is deep. It is emotional. It's a water sign. It's the scorpion. Interestingly enough, it is also the phoenix. So it's about death and rebirth and uncovering truths. Okay, so this particular moon, I mean, I'm already emotional getting into it. I don't know where you're at, but we can expect to uncover some truths, that being brought up to light, parts of ourselves that have been denied being brought up to the light, things that need to be healed being brought up to the light. So it's a lot of really intense energy just in general as the Scorpio full moon. This is also the flower moon, I think, because this is when like the flowers really start to bloom. I don't know. That's something really beautiful. But, you know, out of the depths of the darkness comes this rebirth, comes this growth. So full moon's also typically a good time to really take a look and assess what's working since the intentions that were planted or set at the new moon. Like what's working, what's worth continuing on, what's worth clearing away so that there can be new growth. Okay, so trust this purge, if you will. This is happening because all of these deep-seated things need to come up. They need to get cleared out. And with that energy, once that is cleared, this is really like a lot of karmic energy as well with this moon. A full moon in Scorpio in general is a pretty intense moon, but with it also in the sky and other things happening. I'm not 100% sure. There's things happening with Pluto and Chiron and all of these other planets, okay? Conjuncting Uranus, I think, is a big player here. There's a lot going on. We're really being asked to dive deep, deep, deep down, probably deeper than we're really comfortable with. So, you know, there may be a lot of feelings of grief. There will probably just be a lot of feelings, okay? It is a time to really reflect and consider whatever is coming up for you and how to clear and how to heal. So, kind of a lot going on, all right? We are going to go ahead and get into our cards. I have the Keepers of the Light Oracle that we're going to work with to see who's going to come out and sort of guide us through this full moon portal. I also have my trusty dusty tarot cards here. We love her. And then I also have the full moon deck. So we'll maybe get a little guidance or suggestion on how to best move through this energy. So with our tarot reading, I think I really like what I've been doing lately, if I can remember what it is. Yeah, it's like where we're at, one card representing where we are at, another card representing what there is to let go and what there is to bring in. Yes. Okay. So that sounds good to me. I think that really covers it well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, are you ready? Let's take a deep breath together, shall we? Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just letting yourself recenter really quickly. Okay. All right, let's get into it with our Keeper of the Light Tarot. So can we please have someone who, could we please see who? Can we please see who is here for those of us finding this message? Who is here to help guide us through the energy under this Scorpio full moon? If you would like to come say hello. Thank you. Did we get this last time we had a full moon? I can't remember. But here she is. We have Kali Ma, who's guiding us through. I don't think there's anyone more perfectly apt to do this. Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay, let's see what do I know about her. I love this girl. Okay, so Kali Ma, she is like the slayer of egos, from my understanding, right? She this is that Kundalini energy, okay, the destructive force of nature. She's a lot of things. It's not something that you can just like sum up easily, but she comes through for me a lot. So let's just read what we've got here. There she is. Dang. Opened right to it. Thanks, mama. Okay. Kali Ma, facing fear, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. Ew. Scorpio. She brings old cycles to an end so we can experience transformation. Yes, she is a strong, fierce, fiery, and powerful image of the divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she is a mother energy and therefore completely loving. Which Mother's Day was the day before this moon, by the way, so interestingly enough. She's like a fierce mother protecting her child from harm. Oh, I love that. She has a dark energy like the night sky, but it consumes fear and leaves only love. She is the twin flame of the god Shiva and has been known to slay his ego so that he can reveal his true loving self. Yes, slayer of egos. Yours, Shiva's, whoever. Love her. Look at how beautiful she is. Okay. The extended message here. This is a time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there. What did we talk about? Clearing patterning, clearing fears, clearing old narratives. This is what's coming up for me. When the fear is gone, emptiness, space. Okay, when the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, but this is space for love and miracles to enter. Yes. So with this clearing under this Scorpio energy, it's also a time, once that energy is cleared, to call in more of what you would like. Okay? Miracles are real. I just wrote that in my journal today. You are being filled with the courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life into the next. Trust the process. This is also giving like shedding skin, Phoenix rising from the ashes. Trust the process and call on Kali Ma to help you release your fear and step into a space that's strong, focused, and courageous. Yes, Queen, we need this. Thank you, Kali Ma. It is good to see you, honey. Okay. Ooh, she's perfect for this moon. Don't you think? I think so. Anyway, okay. So, that being the case, Kali Ma, let's take a look at our tarot cards here. Let's get one card represent what we want, what we're being asked, what we're being shown under this full moon in Scorpio. One card, please, to show us what we're being shown under this full moon in Scorpio. 1 second. Okay. Okay. That's the focus. Okay, then we're going to do one card one card with what we're meant to release. Please, can we have one card with what we're meant to release under this energy? One card with what we are meant to release. Look, I caught it on my arm. Ooh, okay. And then one card representing what we are meant to bring in under this energy. Could we please have one card representing what we are meant to bring in under this energy? Is it that one? Okay. All right, hang on, give me a second. Okay. Are you ready? Ready or not? Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start here with our shadow cards, like always. The shadow cards that we have here, starting with the Five of Wands in the reverse position. So I think with this card, there's been a lot of clashing with ego, or there is clashing with ego coming up here. I mean, Kali Ma is the ego slayer. So I think a lot of what this is illuminating for us is the ways in which our ego is coming up around what it is we're meant to focus on. It has been with the five, we've got 2 5s. So a lot of conflict here with the 5 of Swords, representing that like energy of winning at any cost, no matter what that cost is. You know, there's been a lot of mental anguish around whatever may have been lost in this sort of egoic competition. Or maybe it's just the ways in which you're relating to competition. Maybe it's something that's got to do with like your relationship to competition. Where is it the ego? And maybe there's something here about noticing what's... How do I want to say this? The anxiety around any loss or disappointment showing us something about how our ego is playing a part in this. I think that's what I'm picking up on. The 7 of Cups also, it's really overwhelming energy here. I think there's a lot of options that has created some confusion. Cloudiness. It's been hard to find creative solutions within this energy. Some sort of egoic or unhealthy view, relationship to competition. Something here. It's interesting. There's definitely, I think it feels a little hard to pick up on, and I think that's interesting because the Hermit energy is coming behind all of that. So this is definitely a time of reflection. And I really think this has something to do with how we're moving towards what it is we want with this energy here. Maybe there's been an element of, you know, you've only been able to move forward because you're kind of acting from this place of survival instinct, you know. It's been really overwhelming as well. This is a period of reflection for sure, with the Hermit card coming underneath that. Spending some time in solitude to get a clear head, because you're at the end of some road, some chapter, but you're carrying a lot with you as you go. Okay. And a lot of what you're carrying with you, I mean, this is what's making you feel like uninspired, like that creative fire is not lit with whatever new chapter you're moving into. And the 8 of Cups, really, this is talking about your refusal to walk away from something that's no longer serving you. So maybe also what I'm just kind of getting right now is when we're staying in spaces that are not challenging our ego in a healthy way. Okay, that ego is like unchecked. Someone's, whether that's yours or somebody else's, okay? Either way, you're suffering from it. And it's really making things unclear, and it's hard to know which way to go. The only way to find this answer is to get still, okay? Within that stillness. Okay, so that's what's coming up from underneath, whatever that's supposed to mean. Okay, let's keep going, because what we have here on the table, we're going to take a look at what it is that we're focusing on. Beautiful energy here. What it is we're focusing on under this moon, again, we have more mother energy represented, similar to Kali Ma. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is like this working mother archetype. She is someone who is providing for herself, for a family. She's providing for a community. She is expansive. In this energy, her ability to create and provide resources for those around her. So it's a really nurturing energy as well. Also, it's an earth energy. It's a very abundant energy, and so I'm really feeling like there might be, first of all, I'm seeing this in like how you are caring for yourself and your home. Okay, a safe space for you to flourish is what's coming through here. Okay, whatever flourishing means to you, I think a lot of that flourishing here is in a material sense, but also with Kali Ma, I think that there's what do I want to say? There's narratives that still need to be cleared. I'm seeing this sort of as like you representing your best self, like providing for yourself, for whatever is around you, creating the life that you desire. Does that make sense? I mean, it makes sense to me. It's becoming this, what was it I heard recently? Somebody are you behaving in the way that you imagine your future self? Imagine that future version of you, and how is that person making decisions? How is that person moving through the world? How is that person taking care of themselves so that they can show up for everything else around them? Because if there's something that you are doing, okay, let's use this as an example. Say you fall asleep in front of the TV a lot. Maybe that's something that you don't envision your future self doing. So you are making choices to make more of an effort to put yourself to bed and get adequate rest or what have you. Okay, so that's an example. How the way you become your future self is by behaving the way you see that person ahead of you. But I'm really seeing this as reflective of stepping into this new version. We're talking about death and rebirth with Kali Ma. The Queen of Pentacles, she is like Mother Earth energy as well. So that's giving me rebirth, regrowth. Whatever is being cut away, whatever's being purged up from the subconscious here is meant to be cleared, because you are meant to be flourishing and thriving and supporting those around you. Okay, so what does that mean as far as what we're meant to release? Well, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So I think what we're meant to release is, like, my first thoughts are like a sense of isolation. It's kind of coming through that it feels like maybe it's been a process of doing things alone, where we have the Four of Pentacles, or the Four of Wands, in the upright position. This is a card of celebration. It's a card of home and homecoming, and it can represent family. It's a foundational card. It's also the 1111 card here with the Four of Wands, representing a portal stepping through into a new state of being. But in the reverse position, there's some sense of like that you've had to do this more on the solitary side, that maybe you feel like you've been celebrating wins on your own. I think it's about releasing this idea. Or maybe it's this sense of like feeling restricted in that way. Because a lot of this is representing freedom, and in the reverse position, not feeling fully free. Maybe not feeling fully free to express yourself from the family that you came from. That's something. And that's tying into that like mother energy. Okay. And I'm picking up on the sense that this is really tying in a lot to expression of self and, where you're really feeling safe and supported in doing that. Okay. So what are we, after we're letting this go, okay, what are we being asked to bring in? With the Ten of Cups, I mean, this is a really beautiful energy of complete and total emotional fulfillment that is lasting, okay? This is the happy ending here. This also a card of representing family. So maybe this is like more of a chosen family, or it's a family that you want to build, or it's a family dynamic that you already have, what have you. There's something that's lingering here. And I think this is making more sense with what we're seeing coming up from the shadow cards as well. When you don't feel like you have a safe space to be you, when you don't feel like your needs are being heard or met in certain spaces, I mean, that can really create a lot of conflict and, confusion when there's not space for everyone to be who they are. Another thing I heard recently that I really loved about this, especially someone who was talking about this moon, was that, how do they put it? One candle's flame, the light from one candle's flame doesn't take away from another. So maybe there were like competitiveness within your childhood dynamics, in your childhood family. Maybe that's something that's come about later in your life. Either way, there's something about calling in those individuals, those connections that are fulfilling because they are truly supportive of you and who you are, versus not having a safe space to express who that is. The Queen of Pentacles, again, here, mothering energy. She is creating a safe home for everyone to express their needs. I love this. Okay, happy Mother's Day also under this full moon in Scorpio. Okay, what do you think? How's this feeling? I think we can move on and get our moon deck card and just kind of wrap this up with a pretty little bow. So considering all of this energy that we have here under this full moon in Scorpio, what suggestions, advice, what do you have for us to take away on how we can work with the energy, the things that are coming up, the things we need to release, the things we need to call in? Can you please show us with one of our moon cards? There it is. Yes. I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. We've got a butterfly here. We've got the moon cycle happening. The butterfly is like coming out of the cocoon. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what we say. I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. And growth and transformation is death and rebirth. It's shedding skin. It is the butterfly coming out of its cocoon transformed. It is the phoenix, spontaneous combustion and rising again, more beautiful and better than before from its own ashes. Okay. So let's see here. 40. Transformation. From the moment we leave the womb, we journey through many life cycles and transform along the way. Growth is a natural process and change is inevitable. You're going through a metamorphosis. We also talked about stepping into new versions of ourselves and expanding with increasing beauty. Also beauty. Hello, beautiful. Hello. These are all beautiful. This card is beautiful too. Maybe not like this, but that's a thing that can change. That energy can be shifted, honey. Okay? Yes, Miss Boots. Honor your growth and allow a joyful lightness to enter your journey. Also that. Joyful lightness. Okay? Where you did not have that joyful lightness before in the past. Butterfly has arrived as a symbol of grace, joy, flight, and transformation. She's a messenger fluttering about with alluring lightness and expressive color. From a slow-moving caterpillar to a tightly wound cocoon into an exquisite butterfly in the sky, she does not deny the natural process of her evolution. It's what makes her so incredibly special. Butterfly is here to remind you that you're right on track to becoming an expression of your highest self. You're right on track. Have patience with your process. You can't force a flower to bloom before it's ready. That last bit about the flower was something from me, not the book. But anyway. And then the ritual that they suggest is the art of alchemy, which is perfect under this moon. I think that alchemizing what is coming up for you into what you want to see, alchemizing this sense of I don't know what word I'm looking for. Alchemizing what is coming up into something that is beautiful. Okay. What do they say? Oh yeah, they suggest, processing healing and transformation through art. So, oh my God, that's so interesting. Because yesterday on Mother's Day, you guys, yesterday on Mother's Day, I did like this little Dead Moms Club, and it was really cute. And we had a painting party because I was like, art is like great for processing grief, da 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 da. A lot of times when you're transforming into a new version of yourself, there's parts of you have to leave behind. There's a loss, what have you. So this is really interesting because yes, art is perfect for processing. Use whatever kind of art. Maybe you're gonna collage or paint or I don't know, crochet or whatever. Pick a thing that feels good. Maybe it's dancing. All right. Art is really perfect. Even just take some paints and anyway, I love this for us. That's the suggestion. Ritualize some art, some creativity for yourself, perhaps. Use it as an opportunity to alchemize under this full moon in Scorpio because it is going so deep, and the process of alchemy is taking something of lesser value and turning it into something of higher value, taking lead, turning it into gold, taking your shadow and turning it into your golden shadow. Okay. So inner alchemy, using art, being creative, nurturing yourself, joy for the sake of joy, creating a safe space for you to express that creativity is going to be really important under this energy. This could not be hitting home better for me right now. And I feel really good that I'm already on track here. So that's what I have for us today. I hope that this reading was helpful, and I hope that you are having an incredibly transformative full moon in Scorpio. Please take care of yourself. Self-care, art, joy, okay? A lot of getting through grief and transformation is really finding the joy just for the sake of joy is what I have been finding. So I'm going to continue to do that, and even if it's just small ways, okay? So maybe you just color in a coloring book. That is also allowed. All right. Whatever feels good for you. So wishing you all the best under this energy. We'll be with our Tarot Tuesday video right after this. So stay tuned for that. If you're curious about me, there's information in the description box below. Please also, if you like this video, if you resonated at all, like, share, subscribe, what have you, or don't. Do whatever you want. This is something I'm happy to offer because hopefully it helps someone. It helps me to do it. Okay. So thank you for that. And as always, I will see you on the other side.